So JavaScript canvas is basically a surface that allows us to draw in 2D or 3D in the web browser. Okay, we need to know about the canvas grid or coordinate space first, where we will be drawing our canvas element on the fly via JavaScript. Okay, so we need to first know about the origin or the starting point of the canvas element to be drawn, and along with our width and height is also provided. It is 150 units. Okay, origin of our grid is the top left corner, whose coordinates are 0 0, and this is our x and y axis respectively. So from the origin we'll count the division units along the x axis. Similarly, on the y axis we have our calibrations. We'll calculate from the x axis where our 10 units is present. From there down to the y axis till the 10th unit, we'll go and find our starting point of our canvas element. Okay, now from there we'll draw our width and height respectively. Okay, so 150 units means 10 plus 150, it will go up to 168th unit upon the x-axis. Similarly, upon the y-axis it will go to the 168th unit. Okay, so this is our canvas final canvas element, okay, having width and height 150 units respectively. Now next, for drawing rectangles, we need to know the following methods: fill rect, stroke rect, clear rect. Okay, so fill rect is basically having the parameters xy, the position from where it needs to get started, along with its width and height. Okay, so fill rect is used to draw filled rectangle, stroke rect is used to draw a rectangular outline, whereas the clear rect clears the specified rectangular area, making it fully transparent. Okay, so this xy specifies the position on the canvas relative to the origin, and the origin, as I said, is on the top left corner of the grid. Okay, so width and height gives us the size of the rectangle. Using this we can draw our canvas element. So previously we have drawn this canvas element. Here we would have used the method stroke rect. We have used the method stroke rect with the parameters 10, 10, 150, 150. That is, the first two tens are our x and y, value of x and y, and the rest digits, the 150 and 150 values, these values are our width and height respectively. Okay, now what if we would have used a fill rect method? Then that moment this entire instead of this rectangular outline, we would have got a filled rectangle. Okay, now if we use a clear rect, okay, with say 30 as the xy and 50 which is the width and height, then there will be a inside there will be a rectangle having clear area, okay, without the filled part. So basically it's the outer part will be filled and inner part will be clear. Okay, now next we will move on to paths. For that, this following methods are to be taken into consideration. These are begin path, close path, stroke and fill. Similarly, for drawing a triangle, the methods that needs to be considered are begin path method, move to, line to, and of course if we want to fill the triangle, we are going to use the fill methods. All this are to be called with the help of our context variable, which is nothing but this context variable or CTX can be created using canvas.getContext with the parameters 2D or 3D as per our requirement.
So for drawing the triangle, we have taken ctx.begin path followed by the move to and the line to methods. Finally, with the fill method, we are going to fill it up, and we have taken the respective parameters also. Now let's just try to understand how this will get executed on the grid. So this is our grid with the origin and the x and y axis respectively. We are roughly dividing it, the axis, into 10 equal units, each of the unit measuring up to 10 units. Okay, so up to 100 units we are taking as 10, 20, 30, 40 onwards, 100 on each of the axes. So 70th and the 50th point will be this one. Okay, and then our 170th point with this one. So we are going to join them up with a straight line, and the final one for the line to method is the 120th point. That is 100 on the x-axis and 20 on the y-axis. Okay, so on joining this, we'll get a final canvas followed by fill method, so the internal area gets filled up. So this is our final canvas element. Okay, now next is the arc method. Okay, so the arc method is normally for drawing arcs or circles. So its parameters will be x by the first initial position, followed by the radius and the start angle, then the end angle, and the direction of drawing the arc. So it's either counterclockwise or clockwise. Normally clockwise is our default one, but here we have taken counterclockwise. Next is the arc2 method. There we have coordinates of the start and the end point, that is x1 y1 and x2 y2 respectively, followed by the radius. Now for the start angle we normally have 0 degree, followed by end angle, which is mat.pi related calculations. Now let's go ahead.
So we are going to create a finger painting program with JavaScript canvas. Okay, so we have got a canvas element in our HTML file and the reference to our JS file. Okay, so the ID of our canvas element is my canvas. Now let's move on to our JS file. Here we have created a canvas reference which obtains the canvas from the HTML document. Okay, so there is a 2D and a 3D context for working with the canvas. Here we are creating that 2D context on line number 2. Okay, and we are setting the width and the height of the canvas in line number 3 and 4 respectively. Now window.innerWidth returns the width of the window, and window.innerHeight returns the height of the window. Okay, therefore ctx.canvas.width and height accesses the width and height of the canvas. So essentially we have created a canvas that covers our entire window. Now we can move around the canvas using .move to function. Okay, so our initial coordinates are 0 0. Okay, so that's our starting point. Actually from line 6 to 12 we are going to draw a triangle. Okay, so that's what the vertices are. Okay, this dot stroke method is used to draw a particular line. Okay, now next is our next on line number 14 we have ctx.beginPark. Okay, so this is actually for drawing our circle. We have in the arc itself we have provided our center along with the diameter. Okay, followed by ctx.stroke. Okay, so basically the ctx.stroke draws the final figure. Okay, whatever instructions we are going to provide in the previous lines, it's gonna take the destination point as per our instruction. Okay, and then it will draw a line or an arc as instructed from the origin or from the source point to the destination point. Okay, now let's have a look. See, this is a triangle that has been created in a circle. Okay, and we can vary the diameter too, like from 40 we can change it to 100 and so on. That's totally upon us. So go and try this hands on, just check it out what happens when you change the digits over here. So that's all for today. Let's meet with a new video on a new topic. Till then, happy coding.